Title 42 was the Trump administration's effort to leverage the COVID-19 pandemic and crisis into immigration policy that fit the particular objectives of that administration, meaning keep as many migrants out of the country as possible in the sort of most theatrical ways possible. And Title 42 provided a way, essentially a public health excuse, really, if you look at the science, for disallowing and rejecting any immigrant crossing the U.S. border without documentation. So it was that the Trump administration enacted it in the midst of the pandemic. Once the health emergency, public health emergency was declared, that allowed this 1944 law, so this law is from 1944, to be sort of shoehorned in as a means of rejecting immigrants coming primarily across the U.S. southern border without any kind of due process. Those people who were picked up and returned to Mexico under Title 42, however, faced a very sort of unique legal situation in that whereas prior to Title 42, anyone picked up by U.S. Border Patrol would have to undergo a screening process, and then if they were rejected through that screening process, they would be go through what's called expedited removal, kicked out of the country, and given there are punishments that come along with that. So if they tried to enter again and got caught, they would then be subject to criminal prosecution and other sorts of punishments as well. The thing with Title 42 is that none of those actual immigration law punishments come into play. People could cross as many times as they wanted and get kicked back as many times as was necessary without actually facing any increased legal jeopardy. Its net effect was essentially creating these camps of migrant asylum seekers camped out across the border along the U.S. southern border, waiting for a chance to be processed through the asylum system.